say they dedicated, I don't see the dedication. They wanna say they dedicated, I don't see the dedication. These niggas say they dedicated, I don't see the dedication. They wanna say they dedicated, I don't see the dedication now. Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is J.H. That's Jeffrey Henderson, for those that didn't know. Just making that up. We're going to start this video off with the same stuff I always say. Information for everything is in the video description below. T-shirts, home loans, personal loans, buying some stuff. Y'all got Mother's Day coming up. Y'all best to go on that purchasing power. Go check it out. Information in the video description. Don't do Mother's late like that. I'm going to start off with some cold hard truths, and then I'm going to jump into the actual video. Please stick around because the retention is not good. I don't know why, but it's going to be a detailed video, enough for you guys to understand where we're going with this whole thing. First off, there are people that are emailing and they're asking, why have I not been brought back yet? And some other people have. They don't need you yet. That was pretty simple, right? No, but where's the enthusiasm? What do I mean by that? Where's the enthusiasm? Your work performance during your tenure when you did the holiday season, that played a factor. That played a factor. And this is something I just spoke to some of the seniors, some of the uppers, and they were saying, you know, we had some people out that were doing the work when we brought them in for the holiday season, but they didn't have the enthusiasm. They came there just for a check. They didn't come there with the intent to actually perform. That's one thing that gets me. If you finally got your foot in the door and you know it's just a holiday season, but there's a possibility that you can be held, because everybody asked that. Just look back at my holiday videos. Hey, will they hold me? Well, if I say yes, perform good, but then when you come there, and I see some of the people that watch my videos, they were there, and they drag and they, you know, slack on the dock. I mean, where's the performance at? Did you really want the job, or did you want to check? You know, you got to show some form of enthusiasm, but that's for another video for another day. And they brought back the ones that actually worked. Well, that's not fair. Well, why not? Why is it not fair? You know, it's supposed to go by seniority. Technically, you're just a holiday worker. There really is no seniority. Kind of a test trial run, right? Test trial run. You got somebody that's working their booty off, and you got somebody that's standing there slacking, playing on their phone. Who do you think they're going to bring back? Who? All right, let's talk. Got some news. This is for non-career and career employees. It's finally our turn. I'm going to leave the links to these articles in the video description so you could read them for yourself. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna read these some. It states, frontline supervisors, not to be confused with 204Bs. Frontline supervisors, these are level 17 supervisors or above. If you don't know what I mean, go Google it, okay? Because people don't have the retention. Postal Service, this is a long-term plan. If you want to keep going, Postal Service now accepting applications for frontline supervisory positions, which can be a stepping stone for many employees on their career paths. The organization currently has approximately 2,800 executive and administrative schedule level 17 supervisory positions available. That's the EAS. Both career and non-career employees are eligible to apply for the positions, which are posted every Tuesday. Now, before we continue, do not apply if you just want to sit in the office or you just want some authority, because then you're just part of the problem. If you feel as if, and you've heard from other people, that you have an excellent work ethic and you're there to help make the change, here is your opportunity. If you're watching me just to get a job, but you're really not paying attention, don't apply, because you're just gonna be part of the problem later on. They're actually trying to make some change that may not affect you within the first 2, 3, 4, 5 years, but eventually down the line, if you go back to my videos, you'll see that it's us that's gonna make the change for the future. Don't do it if you're just doing it to be lazy. Positions include supervisor, customer service, supervisor, a distribution operations, supervisor, maintenance operations, and supervisor, transportation operations. Frontline supervisory positions provide an opportunity to learn, develop new skills, and make lasting contributions to the organization. Lasting. Don't be that person that gets in the position and then people can't stand you because you're just a waste. We have too many of those already. That's keeping it 100. That's HUNNIT, 100. These are amongst the most challenging yet rewarding positions within the organization. That could be questioned. Have a plan and a goal for your career. You've heard the word goal, plenty of my videos. Take on tough assignments. It's a way to build skills, learn the business, and elevate your understanding of the organization. All right, we'll go to the other thing. Righty. This is the good read. This is the good read, so just listen. 2,800 frontline supervisors over the coming months in an effort to improve staffing across its network. Planning to hire supervisors to work customer service, distribution operations, maintenance operations, transportation operations, and will host virtual career fairs through the summer. Postmaster, in a recent interview, said the USPS is looking to staff up with front-line supervisors under its 10-year plan to improve operational efficiency. If you work for the post office, you already know our operations sucks. So we got to be efficient. He's trying to improve it. I'm not mad about that. It says we haven't filled our supervisor ranks. We have to get our supervisors fully staffed and have the right workloads and the right training for the most important position in the organization. What just happened there? Sheesh. Something happened. Oh man, done lost my in the organization. In terms, we're working on that, DeJoy said in the April 17th interview. This just came out yesterday. Looking to fill EAS level 17 supervisory positions. Earn a minimum annual salary of $57K and earn up to $87 and some change a year. Current USPS career and non-career employees are eligible to apply. Just said this. Right. The USPS hiring initiative marks the agency's latest effort, so this is new, to bring entry-level frontline supervisors on board. Last August, it planned to fill about 900 level 17 positions before the holiday. USPS also sought to fill more than 100,000 non-management positions last year, including postal carriers, carrier assistants, tractor-trailer operators, mail processor, mail handler assistants. So that was 100,000 non-management positions. That means there are jobs out there. 100,000 jobs are sitting there waiting. The push to fill thousands of vacant supervisor positions isn't at odds with the agency right-sizing its non-union workforce last year. We'll skip that. We'll skip that. We'll skip that. USPS, in the hiring announcement on its website, described the open supervisor positions as a stepping stone for many employees on their career paths. Need that. My face is red. It's from being in the sun. All right, USPS chief, blah, blah, blah. Statement said he previously worked as a frontline supervisor and urged the agency employees to apply. Have a plan for your goal for your career. Take on tough assignments as a way to build skills, learn the business, and elevate your understanding of the organization. The joy, this is the important part if you made it this far, said USPS is focused on standardizing process across its delivery network and making sure that agency's workforce has a clarify of purpose. He said one of the biggest projects is overhauling the agency's sprawling network of facilities. He collected hundreds of handbooks across USPS operations, some of which haven't been updated in decades. Everywhere is different. There is not one thing consistent about operations. That brings stress to management. Last year, the USPS converted more than 63,000 pre-career employees to career positions in an effort to reduce workforce turnover, meaning they converted people so that they didn't quit. DeJoy said agency has also standardized the process for new hires to secure a career position with better pay and benefits. We always want pay. As for the steps under the next 10-year plan, DeJoy says USPS has human resources operation initiatives in the works to make USPS a more welcoming place. That's good. We need to make sure it's welcoming, because right now, people go into the war zone. But this is where you guys come into effect. You guys step up. Don't lose who you are. Don't lose your values. Make it what you want it to be. Don't be the jerk that we can't stand sitting at the top. Make it welcoming. It says, I don't have a culture problem. I don't have a talent problem. I have an operational strategy and organizational strategy issue that we are in the mend on, and we are in the process of mending it. Now that's a very strong statement, because everywhere that anybody who works for the post office, they say, man, there's nothing that's consistent. There's not one thing. So one thing that goes on in New York isn't going on in Texas. One thing going on in Texas isn't going on in Cali or Oregon. So there's no across the board when it comes down to how the place operates. Now, it's important that he gets certain things set in order, which is great. That if you move from one of these places to another place, that you're not saying, you know what? This is not how we did it up in New York. This is not how we did it up in Chicago. It should be the exact same way across the board. One organization. And this is what they're trying to fix. Now, this is what you guys need to do. Number one, if you're just a lazy bum, sorry, Jay doesn't mince his words. Don't apply for it. Just stay doing what you want to do, because you're just going to affect the rest of the people that actually want to work. Now, if you're a workaholic and you have some knowledge, go ahead and try to see what the process is. Understand this when it comes to the process of applying. If you apply for a position, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're in the position at your office, your station, or your plant. You have the option to go on there and apply for a place that may be, 50, 60, 70 miles away. And when you take on an assignment or managerial assignment that's a certain length of space away, I'm not too certain, but I believe that if your assignment's a couple hundred miles away, they pay for your room and board. It might be a 90-day assignment. They pay for your room and board while you're taking on that assignment. Could be a temporary station manager at a different location. You can do that. It may be temporary, plan manager, assistant plan manager at another place, temporary postmaster at a place. These are higher level positions. And you don't necessarily have to stay at your place. So you can be broad in your search. It will be available on eCareer, and it's also going to be available on our regular USPS careers website. This is just Jay just trying to share some information with you. I will leave the links to these full articles in the video description below, but this seems like it's a good thing. That means they're getting more jobs back, and it's a long-term thing. Things aren't going to change overnight, but it's up to us to make that change. Seriously, it's up to us. And don't take offense if you made it this far for me calling out people, because I work. I'm not just somebody just sitting at the top. I work with these people. And it's troublesome, because a lot of people, if you read a lot of the comments throughout all my videos, a lot of people interact with lazy people. Now, one thing is not for me to say, hey, look at what this person's doing. But if what you're doing is affecting me and my operation or my job, I can sit there and bite my tongue, but for so long before I'm like, yo, why you even work here? Why you even work here? You just holding up space for your one position. Your one position. There are 20 people waiting to actually work. While you over there sitting there picking your nose or just dragging your feet, come on now. Clear out, give somebody that wants to work a chance to work. If you want that long-term security and you feel like you have something in you to help this organization, then let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Bring your decent ideas. Don't be too closed-minded about certain things. Step up, check it out. Let me know what y'all think in the video description. You know, make this a decent conversation. Some people say no, never management, but I chop it up with, you know, CCA Nick and Dave and Rick and everybody. We have our own chat thing going on, and they were like, no, 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 no. And I said, well, you know what? We have a good mindset. Why don't we implicate our mindset into a management if you can? Because if you have more people that are like-minded and we want the operation to work for us as well as, well, more importantly for everybody, then we need to come together with a game plan and start implementing it around the country. You know, let's help make this place a better place to work, a more welcoming place to what he said it. Put some of your decent ideas on the table instead of just having the people that are, you know, out of touch make those calls for you and tell you what you're gonna do. You know, it's JH just sharing some information with y'all. You see me? I gotta edit that one part where I lost it in my tablet, man. But is what it is. JH. Share the information. It's useful. We out.